Well, here's the current position of Helene, now a tropical storm with winds down to 60 miles per hour sustained. It's northeast of Atlanta. It's going to be curling up into Tennessee. It's been a widespread field of heavy rain amounts of 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. A widespread field from Georgia to South Carolina of folks going through hours of winds between about 40 and 45 with gusts over 50 miles per hour. And all of that is going to be continuing. See the rain shield from this storm now, widespread, pushing rain into St. Louis, up into Cincinnati. The concern here will be flooding. The Weather Service still believes in the hills of eastern Kentucky and Tennessee there could be 8, 9, 10, 12-inch rain amounts from the storm. So all eyes will be on that. The rain shield is now already exiting Atlanta. There is a saving grace that so far the movement has been quick. The storm moved through Georgia at a clip of about 30 miles per hour. Again, the eye of the storm came inland just east of Tallahassee, Florida, as a Category 4 storm with 140 mile per hour winds. Wow. All right, Jay Gray is live for us. I think he's ready to go just in the Tallahassee area. And Jay, last time we talked, and now you're probably getting more reports now with the sun up there. Does it look like the storm surge was as devastating as it was feared it could be or would be?
Yeah, it's interesting, Rod, because they talked about this catastrophic, potentially deadly storm surge, which could have been 20 feet or more, which is really unparalleled. The concern was that this thing was going to come in during high tide. It didn't happen. It delayed a little bit. It jogged a little bit. So we didn't see 20 feet. But we did see in some areas 9 to 10 feet, and that's certainly enough to do significant damage, and it did. Flooding an issue along the coastline, and it really wiped away some of the areas where this was the most intense. And it was a tough go, and continues to be now as we get in there and try and assess the damage and clean things up. Inland, it was the rain with this system, and some areas saw more than 12 inches as the storm moved through. Too much, too fast. Those areas couldn't handle the amount of water, so you had flash flooding. You had water pushing into areas it's really never been before, according to those who have been here for a majority of the storms that have come through. And they see a lot of storms. They've never really seen one like this, Rod. As you know, the strongest storm ever to make landfall in the Big Bend area of Florida. And that's saying something, because that's kind of a highway for these hurricanes to move into the Florida Panhandle. And then you've also got the idea that this was the third that had taken that path in just 13 months. So a rough go for a lot of people as they do it all again now.
Well, Jay, thanks for your reporting there. I know you were there riding out the storm last night. Have you seen it? Was it still windy when you started your day, or did you get out the door after everything had passed?
Yeah, no, it was, you know, I came out after the storm had cleared for the most part. We were out early this morning before the sun came up, and there were still some gusts, but nothing serious, and especially nothing like we saw as this thing moved through last night after 11 o'clock and through the early morning hours. No, a completely different scenario. If you'd told me last night when we were seeing that violent wind blowing, driving rain sideways, that we'd be standing in a light breeze and sunshine, it'd be hard to believe, but here we are.
All right, Jay, well, always we appreciate your reporting, sir. Have a good weekend, and Sunrise will continue after this.